love meal times, mainly because I love to eat. God made our bodies so that we needed food to grow. We need this kind of food. Not this kind. But I have to admit, this kind is pretty delicious. The other reason I love mealtime is because it's a great way to gather with family or friends.
Yum!
Eating meals was important in Jesus' time on earth too, especially a big feast called Passover, which is a holiday where God's people remember how He saved them from slavery many years before. When Jesus was on earth doing God's work, He did a lot of amazing things.
I can walk!
Superheroes are amazing, but Jesus is so much more than just a superhero. Also, superheroes aren't real. Jesus is. Even though He did miracles and spoke amazing things about God, not everyone understood who He was. Even His disciples had trouble with it.
Say what?
And they spent all their time learning from Him. As Passover got closer, Jesus knew He would soon be leaving this world. And because He loved His disciples very much, He told them how it was nearly time for Him to go be with God, His Father. As they ate, Jesus said, "My children, I will be with you only a little longer."
Huh?
Peter asked where He was going. It was a good question. Peter had always tried very hard to understand Jesus. Jesus told him, "Where I am going, you can't follow now, but you will follow me later." Jesus was going to die on the cross. This is how He would make the way for people to come to God and live forever. It's a giant part of God's big story.
Okay.
But Jesus' disciples didn't know all of this, and they were worried. To make them feel better, He told them, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe in me also." Then He told them, "There are many rooms in my Father's house." Oh no, that house is all wrong. Still not quite right. That's better. This is where Jesus said He was going, His Father's house. He wanted them to know that there was a place for them in God's family. He was going to make the place ready for them and for all of His followers. They would have a way to be with Him forever. He said, "If I go and do that, I will come back, and I will take you to be with me." He also told them they knew the way to where He was going.
Ta-da!
Then Thomas asked how they could know the way if they didn't know where Jesus was going. That's a good question. He may have been the one to say it, but I think all the disciples were thinking it. Jesus told them, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." It's like Jesus is the only doorway you can go through to get to God. When Jesus said He is the way, that meant the way to get to His Father's house was by trusting and following Him. If people believe in Jesus, they get to live forever. He also said He is the truth. That means He lets people see and know the truth about how amazing God is. And when He says He's the life, it means when people look at Jesus and His life, they see what God is like. Jesus wanted His followers to believe that to know Him is to know God. Jesus is the way to God.